But just wait, I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people. I wanna know if you're feeling it too. Out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under streetlights, right next to the skyline. With you, yeah, you. I've been listening for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright. I feel like every word is so translucent, so real. Oh, won't you tell me how you do it? Now I'm high, but the buzz in the room, surrounded by people I couldn't carry, but nobody.
We are back from the gym. I have about 20 minutes to make some lunch, so I figured let's make lunch together. I have one more call for the day, but I'm glad I was able to go to the gym. I also ended up going to ShopRite. Riley's party turned out so good. She had such a great time. The cake was really, really good because I was a little bit worried about that, but this coming weekend, we're actually going to be celebrating my mom's birthday, kind of along with Riley's. We do like a little like girls' day with my sisters, my mom, and Riley. So I just went to go purchase a smaller cake, like just like a 5-inch cake, nothing crazy. We're actually gonna go bowling again. We'll usually do like lunch, but I'm like, you know what? Why sit and just like eat? Like, let's do something fun. So we figured we'll go bowling again. My mom absolutely loves bowling. She used to be in a bowling league, so I figured that that's going to be something that's fun. But we're gonna make lunch. I have some sourdough bread that I want to make sure it does not go bad. So since I was at ShopRite, I'm like, what am I gonna have for lunch? And instantly I was like, oh, let's do a sandwich. And I was thinking maybe tuna. But then I'm like, I haven't had a really good, what is it, like turkey sandwich. I absolutely love turkey. So I ended up purchasing some, some pepper turkey, because I like a little bit of a spice. So we're gonna make a sandwich. All I have are like these bigger slices. So I'm like, I guess we could do one big slice. That should probably keep me full for a pretty long time. So I just have some oil heating up in the pan. I'm gonna throw both of these in to toast them on both sides. I honestly have no idea how else to toast this. I guess I could put it in the toaster, but I don't know. This always gives me a nice, like, good golden brown color. So we're gonna do that and get that started. This week is definitely a lot calmer than last week. We have the birthday finished. School is finishing up in about like 2.5 weeks. So the teachers' gifts, they're slowly starting to come in. I just received 2 boxes, so I can show that to you guys in this video. I also want to declutter and reorganize the pantry. It's a little bit of a mess. We have to do that. Of course, get some just general cleaning done, because you can't go through a whole week and not really clean. So we have to get that done. And I have been spending so much money lately, so much money in the past month that it's crazy at this point. So we need to do a whole like finance detox. So I'll go over with you guys some of my finances, tips and tricks that have helped me be debt-free. Which is really very nice, debt-free, and build a savings account, an emergency fund, a savings account for Riley, and overall I'm doing really, really good. But again, I want to continue to keep doing that. So I'll share with you guys different tips and tricks that I have personally learned, certain things that have worked for me to pay off student loans, car debt, also save at the same time, and also reduce the amount of credit card debt, because it's easy to swipe. But we'll discuss that a little bit later. Right now, again, I only have about 15 minutes before my last call, and your girl is hungry.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby, 'cause I can go without. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his suit. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. You can end it, say it's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough.
Today is the day that we are going to declutter and organize the pantry. It's a bit of a mess, like it usually is, specifically down at the bottom where the snacks are. And I feel as if there's not too much space in the middle for everything that we need. However, since we have been decluttering and organizing the kitchen cabinets, that has opened up a little bit more space in the pantry, which has been a huge help. So I wanted to just go through there. We can declutter a bunch of Riley's like school stuff because school is ending soon. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to kind of just figure out a better system for everything. I might even take some of like the glassware or the teas and put that in the kitchen somewhere. I feel as if we might have some extra room there, but we'll kind of figure all of that out when we get to that. But before we do that, I do want to wash the couch cushions, and I'm thinking about even washing the the pillow covers as well. I've actually never done that since purchasing them, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kind of starting to get over the colors a little bit. I do want to go with maybe something a little bit more neutral, maybe even like pillows that are a little bit smaller. So what I'm trying to do is at least first just look for covers so I don't have to also purchase new pillow inserts, but we'll see on that. I really don't even know. That's kind of just a thought that has just popped up in my head for the past couple days. But we're gonna take all of the cushion covers off, throw that into the wash. While that is going, then that's when we are going to tackle the pantry and get that all organized.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, 'cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet. Whoa.
Originally, I was going to put both the pillow covers and the cushion covers together, but since I've never washed the pillow covers before, I don't know if the colors are going to bleed onto it, and then that would just completely destroy the entire couch. So I figured let's just make it two completely separate washes and loads and kind of just go from there. So worst case, if the pillow covers aren't going to be done until much later on in the day, it's not that big of a deal compared to like not having the couch covers not finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are we supposed to sit tonight? Try and fluff out some of these pillows. This is one of the reasons why I have such a big issue with one of the pillows, the pink pillows to be specific. It's a bunch of fluff, and this is why it's so hard to kind of get it that like nice crisp pillow shape and form, because of this. I'm not really a fan. So now that I finally had taken it out, I'm going to try and like stretch it out and make it look nice so that when we put it back into the cover, it will just have a better shape. But I'm not really a fan of these kind of like just like fluffy fillable inserts. I don't know, just not a huge fan with that. Whereas if the other one is filled with feathers, so it just holds its shape a lot better. Here we are again with a messy pantry. You guys can literally see things are thrown in here. There are a couple of things that I did take a look at earlier that I know could be put into the kitchen. I do also see a couple of things that we can get rid of. And this is the side that I was talking about up at the top. That is where we had all of her like lunch stuff, and since we moved that over to the kitchen, it opens up this space. I have no idea what I want to put up there, but I am thinking possibly some of this stuff all the way in the back with like the jars and stuff, and maybe if we can do half of like keep the sugar, the flour, and the brown sugar back there, possibly. I don't really know. I'm thinking this through as I'm talking, so I know it kind of might sound all over the place, because it is kind of all over the place, but I don't even know where I necessarily want to start. Typically we start here, so let's start here. I think let's go through her kind of like school cubby, if you want to call that, and then I would like to go through, I feel like we've gone through the what's it called, like the medicine and stuff. We've had it like narrowed down for the most part. We have really just only the essentials and then medication for me, but I probably could put those in there just to clean up this space. And then we will wipe down up at the top, clean out what's up there, and then I guess like figure out what we want to do. I could of course put the school stuff up there, but then when school starts, we're going to have to put it back down here, because, you know, Riley will go get everything that she needs to do her homework and everything like that. So I like the fact that this is in reach, but there are some books and things that I know we can get rid of. And then there's even things I want to get rid of in this cubby as well. These are the two new books that I bought for Riley to go over in the summer. We do a little bit of schoolwork every single day. So I got her, this one's a mix of reading and math. And then I also got this for reading comprehension skills. Reading comprehension, or just comprehension in general, is so important because it's required for reading, but it's also required for math when it comes to word problems. So I really want to just kind of help her a little bit more with the comprehension, because I do see her struggling just slightly when it comes to word problems. So we're going to go over this. In the summertime, I am going to be focusing on things that she needs to learn in third grade. So I want to start to introduce to her multiplication. So I've been doing research, going online, finding how they're teaching kids how to do multiplication now. So I found a couple of resources. So I want to go over multiplication with her. I also want to go over certain core and baseline things that she has learned throughout school so far that I feel as if she needs to like strengthen the muscle just slightly. She's gotten it. She has excelled tremendously in regards to her assessment testing for both reading and for math. So I'm beyond proud of her, but we want to continue to keep going. And I always tell her, like, one of the hardest things about school is the fact that every single year they're building on top of what you've learned in previous years. So those who do not speak up, those who kind of don't say anything when they fully aren't grasping whatever the lesson is, those are going to be the people who just tend to struggle. And honestly, when you think about it, it's sometimes with work as well. Like, you learn the base stuff that you're supposed to during training and onboarding and all of that kind of stuff, and then you kind of just continue to keep learning more on top of that. So if your foundation is not there, or it's a little bit shaky, then you are going to struggle with anything additional that you are going to learn. So I just want to kind of just keep going over certain things with her, because I know she is like me. She thrives when there's smaller classrooms and more one-on-one, attention. And then that's when I went to college, like, I didn't really choose those huge classes where there's like hundreds of kids in the class, and like the teacher doesn't even know your name type of thing. They don't even know if you're there or not. I preferred like the smaller classes where my teacher knew who I was. I felt more comfortable going up and asking them questions or asking them to explain certain things, and that's the way that she is. Sadly, for first and second grade, they've only had 2 teachers, so they have larger classrooms, about 25 kids. But in kindergarten, it was a smaller classroom with 3 teachers, and it was about like 16 kids. So when she goes into third grade, as of right now, there's supposed to be 3 teachers. So I think she's just going to excel even more, but I want to give her the tools to kind of help her go into third grade, and she doesn't feel like she's learning something for the first time. Now, am I going to cover everything? No. Am I a teacher? No. I am just a very involved mom who wants to see her child succeed in school, and working with her teachers at school to help me when it comes to going over certain things with her at school. So thankfully, this pink folder, her reading teacher literally gave me a huge packet of things that I can go over with her over the summer of what they're expected to learn in third grade for reading. And I do need to reach out to her teacher to see if she can provide similar documents or similar guidance for me when it comes to third grade. But from the research that I've done, they're going to be going over, the main things are going to be going over multiplication, division, and I think they might be hitting fractions, but I'm not too sure. So over the summer, I want to continue to keep going over time with her. Everybody has like a watch like this, like a digital watch that just literally tells you what time it is, but you do still need to know how to tell time. She has the idea down, but I just want to continue to keep reiterating it with her. I also want to go over money with her, because everybody needs to know how to do money, and she's good with it, but we need to just strengthen that. But the biggest thing that I'm trying to research and find out is ways to incorporate learning into play. So I found a couple of things. If this is even something that you guys are interested in, or like kind of like where I go to find this information. I do the same thing when she was going into second grade, not so much probably first grade, but just being more active in regards to what kids are learning and how they're being taught so that she can learn in a similar way. And then also just shapes, continuing to keep going over shapes and two-step word problems, or just word problems in general, because word problems can be very, very tricky. I am fortunate that I was really good with math. I understand what you need to look for. I understand the kind of like tricky ways they try and say things in a word problem. So I'm trying to get her to understand how to pick out, you know, key things that they're saying in the word problem, and then also understanding and comprehending what it is that they're actually asking you in that word problem so that you can create the correct formulas and all that other stuff to figure out the answer. It's great that you know the answer, but you also need to know to show how you got to that answer. That's just what it is. Math is very black and white. You either got it right or you got it wrong. Whereas if English is a lot more flexible and fluid, and you can still understand a concept, but you know, maybe you need to tweak certain things here and there. But I digress. But I just wanted to show you guys the two books that I did get for her over the summer. I honestly have no idea. I just went over reviews and things like that. This was the book that one of her friends' mom recommended to me for second grade. I was trying to look for the exact same, I guess like curriculum. It's complete curriculum for third grade, but I want to say it was like $40 or $50 for a book that was already used. And I'm like, we're not spending that type of money. So I just decided to get this big third grade one, and hopefully that is good. But I'm also still online following certain teachers who post on social media, who share like their techniques and all of that kind of stuff, and we just incorporate that every single day. We do like one thing for math, one thing for reading, and then she has to still read in the summer as well, so she has to at least read one chapter. But I told her starting this summer she's ready for 2 chapters at least a day. So we'll be going through or going to the library a lot more often, because, you know, she's going to be reading through books a lot quicker. But yeah, maybe some people might think this is a little bit OD. Maybe people think like, oh my God, in the summertime, kids should just relax and mind their business and live their best life. You are absolutely correct. She goes to camp. She plays outside with her friends. We don't do any after school activities during the summer because, again, the summer is more lax. But what we are going to do, we are going to take school seriously, especially in this day and age where kids are just naturally struggling across the board. And you don't have to love school, like, but we do still need to focus, and we need to learn the things that we need to learn so that we can, you know, move through life. But let me stop rambling. There's a bunch of stuff that we're going to get rid of. I'm just going to organize this a bit, and then we'll put everything back, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the other 2 shelves.
I see you standing there, a soothing atmosphere. Smell of your aftershave, sweet blossom in the rain. You flip around your hair as if you're unaware, but you should know that I'm looking at you. You make me feel like I'm made of colors, just you and me, ignore the others. Do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause I do. I do, I do, I do.
So we are finally done. This is what it looks like. I would say the second shelf kind of has no structure, no thought too much to it, but it looks organized. We can actually see everything, so I'm happy with that. That's all I can really ask for. And then up at the top looks a lot neater as well. So here's the finished look over here. And then I just did the top shelf off of camera. Again, the one all the way up at the top just has that extra jar, then the jar of candy. I have some extra vitamins because I got those in bulk from Costco, and then my like blood pressure machine, nothing special. And everything else is the same, but it's a lot neater. I did decide to put all the band-aids up at the top just because it was getting in the way down here. So I figured putting it up here, we have just the right amount of space, so we are good. This is everything else. So all of this is being thrown away. That's going to be donated, thrown away, thrown away, thrown away, kind of thrown away. This I'm just going to put in the kitchen. These are going to go in the cabinet that has all of Riley like school stuff, because that's basically what that is. Same thing with this, and then all the other random bags that you guys see are going to be thrown away. So we were able to declutter and downsize a tremendous amount. I thinking possibly switching things up in this cabinet as well, just because there is a lot of foot traffic over here, and the china, it click clacks and it scares me a little bit as if it's going to get broken, even though it hasn't broken at all. But I'm almost thinking about possibly putting it in the kitchen. I don't really know just yet, so that's why I haven't touched it at all. Let's talk about finance, right? And I know that this is a sensitive topic to talk about. People feel a little bit iffy talking about it, but from what I have seen and have learned, if you don't fully understand your finances, if you ignore them, sweep them under the rug, they're not going to work themselves out. It's only going to get worse. So let's sit down, let's talk about it. And I'm going to share with you guys different tips and tricks on how I have become debt free. I am not a financial advisor. I have no education around this whatsoever. These are just things that I have learned from my mom, and also things that I have just figured out on my own. And I'm still learning. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm just sharing what has worked for me. I will quickly go over my credentials. I am debt free. I don't have any credit card debt, student loan, car, nothing. That has all been paid off. I have a credit score over 800, and I have been able to create a savings account for myself, my daughter, and have anywhere between, I would say, like 3 to 5 months of an emergency fund if anything were to happen. If I were to lose my job, we should be good for about 3 to 5 months if I just was not making anything else on the side and I was struggling to find a new job. Right? So I would say that those are my credentials as to what I've been able to build a little bit. But again, like I mentioned, I am still learning, and I am still trying to build on top of the foundation that I have already set. The first thing that I have noticed and realized there are about 2 different types of people when it comes to finances. There's the person who stresses before the buy. They're trying to figure out, is this something that I really need? Financially, is it something I can afford? Is this going to put me in the rears too badly? Is this something that could be held off and wait till later? Is it a necessity? All of those things. They stress before the buy. Then you have the person who stresses after the buy. This is more likely going to be somebody who impulse buys. You see what you like, you want it right away, and then you're just going to worry about it after the fact. The person who is the latter is going to potentially find themselves in more of a financial turmoil than the person who stresses before the buy. Now, I am somebody who is always stressed before the buy, meaning like I just look at all angles. Is this something I can afford? Do I need to move some finances around? Do I need to cut back on certain things, especially if it's going to be a larger purchase, so that after I've made that purchase, I'm set because I've weighed all of my options. I have figured out how I was going to be able to afford it financially. I'm good. I'm set. Whereas if somebody who is just impulse, after the fact, you're just like, oh no, did I make big mistake. I need to go return this. I need to go do this. So my recommendation is ask yourself certain questions before you just want to frivolously spend. Is this something that you can financially afford right now? Is this something that can wait? Maybe, you know, purchase it a couple months down the line when you're maybe in a better financial spot. Is this a necessity? Now, of course, necessities do have to take priority, but if it does not fall to a priority, is this something that can kind of just wait a little bit later? And this definitely takes a very high level of discipline that maybe not everybody has, especially if you're trying to, I guess, change your habits around finances. But I would highly recommend asking yourself those questions and being honest with yourself, because of course, like, in social media, we see everybody throwing, oh, you need this and you need this and you need this. And of course, I get caught up in it too. And what I find is I'll add stuff to my cart and then I just close everything out, because it's almost like the rush of buying it, but then I'm not actually buying it because I'm like, this is something that could wait. It's not something that I need. And then after a while, I'm just like, if I didn't get these cute pair of pants or this dress, am I going to really be that upset? No, there's going to be something else that is going to come around. We're in the day and age, there's always something that's going to be coming around, and you're not going to be able to get everything. You need to figure out what you can afford and just ask yourself, starting out, are these necessities? Is this something that could wait? Maybe this is something that you budget for and save a little bit at a time every single month with every single paycheck so that you can then just work towards that. Fine. Do that. But we can't just continue to keep swiping frivolously and then worrying about it afterwards, because that's when you find yourself in high credit card debt and not being able to afford it. And we don't want to do that, especially now. When you think about it, we're halfway through the year. We need to really start thinking about Christmas, holidays. People are traveling during the holidays, Christmas gifts, or, just like gifts in general. You have to kind of think about all of those things. And it's better to start thinking about it earlier than it all of a sudden creeping up on you. And you're like, oh, snap, I need to like pay for all of these things. And typically that's when we take out our credit card and we just swipe, even though we know we cannot financially afford it. So let's start kind of like figuring all of that out now, so we don't run into the issue of overspending come, November, December timeframe. You need to figure out what money you're bringing in and what money is going out. It's when you're bringing in less and spending more that you're going to find yourself in, a very, very tough and stressful situation. But when I was first starting out, yes, I got that little booklet from the bank, and I would write down every time I got my paycheck, I would write down how much I got paid. I would write down all the bills that needed to be taken out. I would see how much I had. There were times when I, just put myself on a budget. I figured out how much I was going to give myself every single week. And I went out and actually took cash out, because cash, it's a physical thing. Whereas if with like debit cards and credit cards, it's not so physical. So you don't really see how much you're spending. I would go to the bank. I had my little envelopes with my cash in them. Like, that's what my mom did. And I just took that from her. So I was heavy on the budget. But the way I determined what my budget was going to be is I took a look at where I was spending my money. You know how much you're making from a job, right? You need to sit down and realistically look at how much you're making every week, bi-week, monthly, whatever it is. Then you need to look at all of your bills, rent, mortgage, car payment, student loans, credit card, food, gas, all of the things. Because in your mind, you're just like, oh, I'm not spending that much money. I'm not doing that. You think it's less than what you're actually spending. And then when you actually sit down and write out where you're spending all your money, you're like, oh snap, I didn't realize I was going out to eat and spending $300, $400, $500 on, just out to eat in 1 month alone. But you're not going to know these things until you take the time to sit down and actually look at your stuff. We can no longer keep ignoring this stuff. Sit down. In the beginning, it is going to be a lot tedious. In the beginning, it is going to be a lot of hard work and kind of figuring everything out. But it's only the beginning, and then eventually it gets easier. Like, do I do that stuff now? Absolutely not. I really don't. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But I was doing it for years. You need to sit down and really need to take a hard look at where your money is going. And then from that, you make a plan and create a budget and figure out how much you can spend every single month. And also, it doesn't mean that everything is stripped from you. You prioritize where you're spending your money. Maybe you limit yourself now to like, yeah, spending time with my family and friends and going out is important. But maybe instead of getting like, you know, endless amounts of food and all of these drinks, maybe you limit yourself to 2 drinks. Like, there is a happy medium, and you're going to be the one who determines that. It's going to be different for everybody. So I'm not going to sit here and say, you need to do this and you need to do that. But you do need to figure out from where you're spending your money, what are the priorities in your life, and how you can fit those things into your budget. You're going to have to cut back somewhere. Discipline and sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice. It is what it is. Figure out where your money is going, figure out how much is coming in, figure out how much is going out, and create a budget and work towards that. Now, with your budget, I know it can be hard when you're like, I'm trying to save money, but I'm also trying to pay off debt. I get it. At one point, I was paying a car note, student loans, trying to save, just all of the things, right? What I found to work when I was trying to pay down all of these things is I remember looking at stuff, what is the lowest balance that I have? And then for everything else, I paid the minimum, making sure that I'm paying everything on time, paying the minimum payment. And for that one card or that one bill that I chose that had the lowest amount on it, I doubled, and if I could financially afford it, tripled that payment. So I've had 2 cars in my adult life, right? And I have paid both of them off in 3 years. I don't play when it comes to that. I like not having a car payment, right? And then I remember paying off, I had about 3 student loans and I paid all of that off. But that's how I did it. I literally looked at the bills that I had. Where can I throw extra money to so that I can just start dropping that off? And if you're going to focus on the one that has the lowest payment, you're able to pay that off sooner. And it kind of gives you that like momentum, like, yes, okay, like I could do that. And now once you paid that off, you go back. Okay, what is the next bill, the lowest bill that I have? Okay, everything else gets the minimum payment. That I'm going to throw extra money towards. Do what you can. And then in regards to saving, put up either a certain percentage or a certain dollar amount to savings. And it doesn't even have to be a big amount. Like, if you can afford $50 from every paycheck to go into your savings, that's better than nothing. There are so many people out here who have no savings account whatsoever, right? Do what you can. If you can afford $20, do that, because it's going to add up over time. And then the way I look at things is your salary is going to increase, because as you've worked at that job or you hop from job to job or whatever it is, your salary is going to increase. And as long as you're paying down your debt but sticking within your budget, your debt is going to go down. And then it's almost like you're going to get right over that hill and you're just like, okay, now I can put more to my savings. I have less debt that I have to pay off. And then you find yourself in these situations where it's like, oh wow, I'm debt free. And now we enter into savings, throwing a lot more into savings. For a very long time, I would just have my savings in my regular bank account where I had my debit card. And it wasn't until I learned about high yield savings accounts that give you so much more interest back for having your money in there that I put 90% of my money and savings into a high yield savings account. And then I created buckets within that amount that I was saving. So that's where I have a bucket for my emergency fund. At the end of the day, I'm a single mom and I have a child that I have to care for. So the amount of pressure that I have on my back to make sure that we are thriving and that we are living the life that we want to live, I need to make sure that if there is anything were to happen, anything, whether I lose my job or anything were to happen, we have a cushion saving for a rainy day, right? So I have a bucket that I have in that. Then I have a separate bucket because you guys know I would love to buy a house. So I have a separate bucket for, a down payment. Then I have a bucket for camp because camp costs money. Then I have a separate bucket for, anything that were to pop up for my car, anything, I need to start thinking, okay, eventually I should probably in this next couple years, I might need a new car. So now I need to start throwing more money into that so that when I do come up on needing to buy a new car, I have a decent amount of savings that I can put down so I'm not paying a crazy amount. I'm not going to live above my means. It's not worth it to me. Especially as a single mom. Like I have a whole child that I have to take care of. I feel as if those kind of 3 tips are what helped me get started. Everybody is going to move differently and you have to do what works for you. But at the end of the day, I would say out of all of my tips, out of all of them, look into your finances. Where are you spending your money? And create a budget that works for you, but does not completely strip you of joy in life. You want to go out to eat with your girlfriends? Budget for that. You want to go on vacation? Budget for that. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying like, oh my God, you need to cut back on this and you need to cut back on this. And yes, there are areas that you are going to need to cut back on, but for the things that are important to you, whether it's traveling, spending time with friends, shopping, whatever it is, budget for it. That's literally all it is. Budget for it. Ignoring these responsibilities, it doesn't work like that. You got to face it head on, figure it out. You got this. If you guys have any other questions, I hope I can help. Leave them below. But yeah, let me know if you guys would like more finance tips and tricks. I had like these 2 little like hanging, I don't know, organizers on the back of the seats in my car, and we've had them for years now. They're broke, they flimsy, it's just not working anymore. So I wanted to purchase new ones. They just came in from Amazon. These look a lot sturdier, and what I like about them is at this point sometimes we have to eat on the go. I feel as if that's a standard that any parent understands. But what I liked about these, they're very similar, I think. I like the fact that, okay, which way does this go? I guess this way. So it goes over the seat, but then it has this piece that can drop down. Because what I'm finding is like, these kids and their tablets, oh my God, these kids and their tablets. But anyways, it allows you to have like a little shelf. So it could be for anything. So my thought process was when Riley's eating in the car, because we're about to go take about an hour drive for our like girls' day that I was telling you guys about, she's going to eat in the car, right? But if she's trying to hold her tablet and also eat, it's bound for, mess, things falling. It's just a mess. So I figure she can sit her tablet here on and eat freely, right? But then it still has all of these compartments because sometimes she likes to color, sometimes she wants to have her sunglasses. Like, this is basically all for her to be able to have access to things in the car. So like, I'll have certain things in the car for her to do, whether, you know, I want to put like, you know, maybe like tissues or like any just like random things that she might need. I want to be able to put this here. I have like a little bit of toys, not too much. And then I did just recently get some new like car chargers, so she'll be able to charge her tablet without it fully being connected to the car, like to like the Bluetooth, where she could still hear her shows and all that stuff. I don't know fully what these little hooks are for. I don't know. We're gonna figure this out, but I do want to just take certain things, clean out the old ones, take anything in her room that I think she might like, maybe bring a little packet of color pencils or markers, because right now all we have are just like pencils, I think, in the car for her to draw, and then in the car it's her like sketch pad or whatever like that. But maybe do a smaller notepad, something, right? We just need to, I don't know if you guys can see, but like the sturdiness of this compared to the flimsiness of this, I'm really hoping that this is going to hold me down. So I'm going to put one behind the passenger side, one behind mine, in case anybody else, you know, is in the car with us and they want to, you know, I don't know, need some tissues. It's not up to me to try and grab the tissue while I'm trying to drive. That is so not safe. So we're going to kind of clean these out. Probably put maybe a couple of like dollies, because I know she likes to do like hair and all of the things. She's obsessed with that kind of stuff. And give her options of what she can do in the car, and my preference is to hopefully cut down on the amount of tablet time and have her do other things in the car rather than just like always watching TV or having a tablet and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So let's do that. So this is how I finished this one. It's not perfect. I figured having like the spot the differences, I think that that's just like fun. She also has this little like scratch off thing, and we have so many color pencils, like regular color pencils, crayons, markers, all the things. So I just had this little bag of, they're supposed to be like retractable crayons, just sitting in the hallway closet. So I figured this is perfect. And I think I'm also going to end up adding one of her coloring books in here as well. So that's something that she can like color, she can do this. And then in here are going to be like her pencils, pens, all of that kind of stuff. And then her little like notebook, because sometimes she just likes to write stuff. I think in the other one that's going to sit behind my chair, I feel like I want to fill this one maybe with some more like essentials, which I have in the car, but like I'll get some Band-Aids, I don't even know what else, like Band-Aids, tissues. I don't have to feel like, I shouldn't have to feel like I have to fill every single thing up, but maybe stuff like that. I do have some things that are just like slid underneath the chairs. I know certain things like for her, whether it's like chapsticks, but I don't really like to keep that stuff in the car, especially in the summertime, because that stuff melts. But maybe our lotion, like stuff like that, that if somebody needs to grab, they can grab and have access to, and they don't have to worry about, you know, asking me for that stuff. So that is basically kind of where we're at. We'll put it together. All right, you guys, so I am back picking Riley up from school and everything. I thought she was going to want to open the teacher's gifts with me, but she's on the phone talking to her friends. So let's get into it, because I know I promised you guys. Now, during the times that we are in right now, I know everybody's kind of like boycotting Target, and I have been too. However, when I was trying to figure out what teachers' gifts I wanted to do this year, they just had the best price. Like each of these items, one was $8. The bigger thing was $8 and the smaller ones were $4. And I tried to find them somewhere else and Amazon had them for like 30 something dollars. So I had to give in, but I haven't shopped there in a really long time. But we're gonna have to try and fill these in. Next week is the last full week of school, which is crazy. Today was the last Friday of Riley being in 2nd grade. So when I woke her up this morning, I'm like, oh my God, today's like the last Friday, because next Friday, school's closed. So I wanted to show you guys what we're gonna get from the teachers. I kind of want to like get one for myself, but again, we talked about spending earlier today. Do I need it? No, even if it is only $8. I have enough bags. So what I am going to do, they had 3 different colors in these cute totes. Like, how cute are these? So these are recycling polyester. Comes with a cute little pocket in the front. And then it is insulated, so I guess like you could use it as a it's a cooler tote. So I thought this was really cute. So I got, she has so many teachers, you guys, like, so that's why I need the cost per item to be low. $10 on sale. They didn't have them anywhere in the stores near me, so I had to buy them online and have them shipped to me, but $10 for this is a really good price. So she has her main teacher, then we want to get something for her tutor because she's a teacher in the school. I want to say there's a collective of like 3 dance teachers, 2 gym teachers. It's like the stuff adds up. And yeah, I could do only something for her teacher, but like I feel as if like the elective teachers don't really get much love either. So I do try and incorporate everybody into them. This is the first year where like the dance teachers and the gym teachers, because like there's multiple of them, that they get a slightly different gift. These are going to be for like actual like teachers, like her science teacher, like stuff like that. So based on if it's a girl or a boy, she kind of helped me pick them out. So we got 2 of these pink ones. They also had this kind of like turquoise greenish blue. So these are going to be for like the boy teachers. So we got 2 of these. And then for her main teacher, I feel like this was for her main teacher. I'll have to ask her again. And then it was this striped one, which I think is cute. Like, to me, this is my favorite. This or the pink one, of course. So we got one of these. So that's 5 main teachers. You see how this stuff is adding up? Yeah. For the, like the teacher, like the dance gym that have multiple, they have like these cute little cooler ones. $4, like $4, like you can't beat that. So yeah, these are a 4-can cooler. So again, based on boy, 2 of like the turquoise and teal, and 2 of the pinks, and 2 of these like kind of like checkered ones. So these are going to go for like the dance teachers, like I said, the dance teachers, the gym teachers. Now the only thing left that we have to do is find cute things to put in it. So what I was thinking about doing, the last time I went to Home Goods and just got like cute little cups and stuff like that, I want to see if I can find like one of those like can like koozies. Maybe I can go on Amazon to see like just like a cute little koozie that we could put in the can cooler. You know what I mean? I was thinking like a cute little drink like we did the last time. So we did the Olipop drinks, I think. But maybe we do, oh, those cute little, like maybe we do like an energy drink. That could be cute. I don't want to do like sunglasses. I want to do like something for the summer, like something to like celebrate the summer. Her teacher we're doing like a class gift where all the parents are like putting in money. So like I'm giving money towards that, doing the end of the school year party, because you guys know, like, I'm a class mom, and the way that they do it is like you have like a group of class like moms or parents, and then you have like the head class mom. So like there's two heads because we're both splitting it. I don't know if I'm going to do this again because it's a lot of work. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe just be a class mom but not be like the one to lead, because you have to be the one to organize every single party, track these parents down to get money to give like for end of school year gift, and then for like the holiday gift. I don't know, it's a lot. So I'm trying to think of like what to put in here. I think like a cute fan might be good. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, please leave them below, because I don't fully know what to do, and it needs to be gender neutral because there's male teachers, female teachers, but I think like a can koozie to keep your drink cold, I think that would be cute. Maybe even like, since they're coolers, maybe like if I get like a pack of ice packs or something like that, so I can like break up the pack of 4 and put 2 and 2, like type of thing, maybe do that. But I think I just need to walk around Home Goods and see what they have, and then have different options. Clearly in the smaller ones we're not going to be able to fit too much. I think, you know, at the end of the day, it's the thought that counts, because some people don't do anything for the teachers, which I find to be so wild, right? But slowly just start to like add cute little like trinkets and stuff like that to say thank you. And then I have a bunch of these like thank you cards that I've kept for so long. I don't even know how many are in here. Do I even have enough? Let's see. Oh yeah, I should have enough. Yeah, I have a bunch. Put a nice little like card in here. I usually will then have Riley sign it, and then it's just like, thank you, we appreciate you, type of thing. And even honestly, maybe I'm wondering in the small ones, I do like a $10 gift card to, you know, Dunkin' Donuts, or like something small, thoughtful, or like a cute little like cup. Maybe do a cute little cup with a koozie and the straw, and I think that could be good. But again, like I'm trying to think of like cute little gifts like that the teachers can appreciate and enjoy during the summer when they have their time off. And you know, so I'm happy I finally got everything in. I'm happy I was able to get everything on sale. I will see if I can link them down below. I don't know if they're like sold out or not. But I'll have them linked down below in case you guys are interested, whether it's a teacher's gift or even just something to take to the beach, like the things you like to enjoy during the summertime. I think these are perfect. So yeah, those are the teacher's gifts. That is everything. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this week. I feel as if it was like a fun one. We kind of just like did a lot. We cleaned, we organized, we talked about finances. We're starting to do the teacher's gift. We, you know, just got stuff done. You know what I mean? Just get things done throughout the week. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys back here next Saturday. Bye.
It's silent now, we don't say a word. We're just looking at each other. Tears in our eyes from the words we said. Yeah, it kinda broke my heart. Loving you is not so goddamn easy as you think. I'm trying my best to hold on, but I feel myself giving. You know that we shouldn't keep